What's going on, everybody? Just jumping on here, do a little, I don't know, a little chat about the market and what I think about it. First of all, I think it's going crazy today. A little bit, you might sense a little bit of frustration, underlying frustration going on right now. Market's been down, at least the stocks I've been in, which basically has been the ones that's been affected by the COVID. So I know a lot of them have, but the ones that have been hit hard, like the airlines and the cruise lines, and those two sectors mainly, Boeing, Delta, and then Carnival, and Norwegian. So they've been down now second day in a row. And a few days ago or so, Warren Buffett announced that he liquidated all of his stocks, along with some other big investors, liquidated their stocks, liquidating their positions, which, does sort of, reflect the market. You can see the market's been coming down. So people sell, especially people with a lot of money. It tends to move the market. So that's what's going on. The market's being moved. I feel like the market is like a bull, like you're riding a bull. And, right when you think that it's time to get off, or else you're going to be in some serious trouble, because everybody's telling you, everybody's getting off their bulls. They're moving away. They're getting away. And so you follow suit with them. And then all of a sudden that bull just relaxes itself and gets calm and would take you wherever you want to go, or a herd coming at you and everybody's telling them to move away from the herd. You're going to get trampled on. Don't keep going forward. And you keep hanging in there because you don't want to lose. And boom, you decide to move away from the stocks. You get out of the herd's way, and immediately the herd stops, moves the other way. And before long, you find yourself far behind where you needed to catch up, before the herd came. So if you followed that analogy, that's pretty good. Give yourself some props. But anyways, I feel like the market is, gonna go back up. I mean, it has to go back up. I know things can take a while before they come back up, but I feel like it's, the markets came down pretty heavily. And I'm going to talk specifically on the cruise lines and the Delta, as far as other ones that they've been affected a little bit differently. This video basically looking at those stocks. So, my gut feeling is I think the immediate response is to move your money with the big people. So when the big investors move their money out of the market, get the heck out of the market with them, sort of follow along with them, and and then follow in. But the problem is you don't know when they're going to get back in, and when they make their moves back in, boom, the stock go up. You get wind of it. It's already jumped up several, a good percentage, and then you end up chasing it, and it comes back down. So, that's why I'm. There's the other side of the strategy, which is hang in there. If you get a stock, I bought my stocks at a valuable rate. And if you bought your stocks at a valuable rate, then you're okay. It's and how you value that rate, whether or not you got to make a good rate. That's up to your analysis on the markets or the stocks you're in. And me, the way I do it is you have a good company, a solid company, and something happened that the whole industry drops down and is for example, a stock was at $300 and now it's at 150, 130. Like, you're in it for a value now. Now, how long that value takes to mature, that's who knows. You know what I'm saying? But when you start feeling like that's never going to come back again, it's like that's the bull, that's the herd, that's the people telling you to go away before the herd leaves you behind. So I'm gonna probably take a break on the market. I'm gonna keep my positions in. I'm gonna not liquidate my positions. I'm already taking a beating again yesterday, taking a beating again today. Feel like beating my head against the freaking desk here. Because I did put my money in, go against the big investors when I should have pulled. I could have pulled back. I could have took warning, pulled back, waited, and saved myself, some money and market. But that money's working. I got to look at that money as that money working. That the money that's um, you're down right now if you're in the market. It's money that's working, and it's going to have to. It's like a job. You get into a job. If anybody's a tradesman out there, or a lot of just other type of jobs. If you get into a job, you think it's going to be one way. You think you're going to be able to go in there and get the job done. Then you go in there, 9 out of 10 times you find out some unknown thing is there you have to deal with, and so it prolongs the job. It alters the profits of the job, and so on and so forth. So investing is the same concept. You got that time where you get in there and the job works out the way you do, and you get out. But most of the time, you get into it and there's some unforeseen thing, and it doesn't go the way you want. And as long as you hang in there with your strategy, what you originally went in with, then usually you come out okay. And so my original thing with the stocks that I'm in, and hopefully you guys made that same call, is that these stocks that I got in them at a value. I got in at Norwegian. I got in at the Carnival, around the $12 range, where they traded at $60. Now, are they going to go to 60 right away? Nah, I mean, that's unrealistic to think that. But are they going to find at least halfway point as the normal rate for a while until they do climb back up? Yeah, I mean, it has to be. I mean, probability is going that way. For it to now go and drop to what, $5, and that's the new norm? I don't see it. I don't see that to be the case. It can, but it's not, in my opinion, profitable. Probable. So same thing with Delta. Same thing with Boeing. These, Boeing gets involved, things start turning around. It's just gonna boom. It's gonna fly off the shelves quickly. So instead of trying to wait for it to hit another bottom and miss the bottom, which tends to happen all the time because we get out and then we wait for it to hit a bottom. It's lower, lower, lower. It hits higher, boom, 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 boom. Before you know it, it rallies up and you're like, I can't get in it now. It's just rallied freaking 25 points. It just rallied freaking 20%. There's no way it's going to rally the next day another 20% because odds are it doesn't. So it's that catch and going that throws you off kilter. So yeah, I mean, what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably shut off all my trading devices, shut myself off for a week or so, or at least to the end of the week, maybe. I mean, I'll take a glimpse in, but I mean, do what you can handle. Stick it in there. The money that you lost is money that's working right now. You didn't lose it. It's working money. And then that money is going to come back. It's going to make its money. It's going to sit there. It's going to do what it's got to do. It's going to do its labor. And then, boom, it's going to come back up again. So do I think there's value in Warren Buffett and these other guys selling out of their positions? And, should we take that as a warning to say, hey, they know something, get the heck out, you know what I'm saying? And then get back in when they start buying back in. I think that's the calculated move. I think that if you're not in the market, if you're not in right now, then stay out until you see Buffett and these guys putting money back in, and that way you can kind of know, there's some indicators. But if you're in and you're in at a value, in my opinion, stay in, man. Ignore all this jargon, man, as if things are not going to change, and bankruptcy and all these threats. The news lines absolutely drive the stock market in terms of intraday trades and things like that. But there's a lot more going on. The things that actually move the market, to me, are different. I feel like the market moves for a particular way according to the future and what things, the profit margin and money being moved and things like that, technical things. And then you have the news lines out there who make these stories that they take the story from, something that's being going on, but they blow it up, right? They blow it up. They make you think, they make the world think, they make everybody think that the reason why we're down right now, the market's down, is because of this particular story that they launched out. And it's just because me and you and people are trying to find reason behind, why is this thing going up? Why is this thing going down? Give me something. You know what I mean? Give me something, some reason. And so that's where the media fills that need. And they get in there and they give you something, they hop on board. And, but is anybody that's spent any time in the market can get in the market, today, for example, and bang, and media is threatening bankruptcy and threatening, this world, and things are never going to get back up. It's going to be so long before it ever does. And then the next day, headlines are, economy's moving. They misprojected this, and the stocks are up because of this. And, and as if they didn't even say what they said the day before. And then that cycle goes through itself, and it's just narrating the market with just stories. So in my opinion, is market noise going on right now. It's aggravating when it's going against you, and everything starts to make you want to get out. But when you get out, that's when you lose all your money, especially when you don't get back in before it pops up again. And so my deep-rooted philosophy on it is, if you think that the world is going to end and you truly have supporting evidence, then what the hell does it matter anyways? If you believe that, the world is going to continue to move forward, you know what I mean? Things are going to change as they historically have, and reset and got back to where they were. Well, hey, keep your money in the market. But that's that. This video is kind of a rant about different things. Hopefully everybody's on the right side of the trades, right side of investments. But the bright side of it all is that in time we'll look back and be like, wow, I should have dumped all my money and were the same position I thought I was beaten up in, and I would have quadrupled my money. It's going to happen. When it's going to happen, I mean, that's the unknown right now. But hopefully it happens sooner than later. So till next time, good luck. Keep them profits up.